Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a hazing allegation at a Sangamon County high school sidelines its head coach. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stacey Skryzak. Rochester High School coach Derek Leonard won't be at tonight's last regular season game after allegations of bullying and hazing within the football program. News Channel 20's Carson Gordy joins us live in Rochester after reading that report. What did you find out, Carson?
The report recommended that no players would be disciplined and that head coach Derek Leonard would be not able to coach tonight's game against Sacred Heart Griffin. Rochester School District will follow through on those recommendations. And according to the report, players were alleged to have shot other players with airsoft guns, had players eat cookies that touched buttocks, and organized wrestling matches. These activities happened at an event called Bleachers. That event would happen on school property on Thursdays without coaches or staff being present. The report did state that while coaches were aware that players gathered for bleachers, none of them knew about the airsoft guns, the wrestling, though one did overhear about the cookie race in the summer. The investigator found that the lack of oversight violated state code. And while Coach Leonard will not be coaching tonight, I was told by the school district that Leonard will be coaching Rochester in the playoffs next week. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that update, Carson. We did reach out to Coach Leonard about the investigation, but we're not connected at this time. Continuing coverage now, a hazing allegation at a Sangamon County high school sidelines its head coach following a new released report. Now, that report recommended that no player will be disciplined and head coach Derek Leonard will not be able to coach tonight's game against Sacred Heart Griffin. Rochester School District will follow through on those recommendations but not go further. According to the report, players were alleged to have shot other players with airsoft guns, had players eat cookies that touched their buttocks, and organized wrestling matches. Well, the players' families shared their thoughts on the investigation that has led to Derek Leonard not being able to coach his team tonight. News Channel 20's Carson Gordy joins us live in Rochester with details. Carson?
At yesterday's school board meeting, multiple parents took to the podium to share their thoughts about the Rochester coaching situation. The Rochester School District voted that they would follow the recommendation set by the investigator on who should be punished after allegations of bullying and hazing within the program. Players will not be disciplined, and Coach Derek Leonard will not be able to coach his team this Friday night. Some parents raised issues on how the school board handled the matter and wanted more interaction before a decision was laid down.
You don't involve the parents on some of this decision, then you're trying to, somehow it's appearing that you're blaming the coaching staff. Well, I'm a parent. Blame me, okay? These are parents. Blame us. Talk to us right now. We're the ones responsible for our kids.
I was told by the school board, by the school district today that Coach Leonard will be able to return next week to be the head coach of his team during the first week of the playoffs. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
Thanks, Carson. Now, we did reach out to Derek Leonard. We were not able, though, to connect at this time. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We are continuing coverage on the drama taking over the Rochester football team. Last night, we found out that some members of the team were accused of hazing each other. According to the report, no players will be disciplined as a result of the incident. Derek Leonard has been the head coach of Rochester since 2003, but tonight he wasn't on the sidelines. News Channel 20's Carson Gordy joins us in studio with the latest. Carson?
One of the best football programs since 2010 is now dealing with allegations of hazing and bullying that happen on school property.
Administrators, our Board of Education, they're 100% committed that their first priority is the safety of every student. And
an investigation reported that the team had player-only events called Bleachers, and they were held on Thursdays. Some upperclassmen shot players with airsoft rifles. It made players race with a cookie placed inside their buttocks, and the loser would have to eat the cookie.
The board wants to ensure that they're doing the right thing, that they're trying to hold those accountable who need to be held accountable. And
the report says that coaches were aware of the event, but not aware of most of the activities. Although one coach did overhear about the cookie race. Investigators say that coaches did not meet state code on proper oversight. The school is following what the report recommended for punishment, and they won't go further. No players will be disciplined.
As far as we haven't received any video or anything like that that could identify them.
Head coach Derek Leonard was not allowed to coach Friday's game, but he will be back for the playoffs next week.
Well, I think that's probably fair. Somebody standing accountable for it, and I don't know that's that big of a deal. I mean, it's just kids being kids. I mean, he should have known what was going on, no doubt, but it's not really his fault. I mean, these kids are 18, 17, 16 years old. They know right from wrong.
And some parents spoke at Thursday's school board meeting and discussed the board's decision-making process.
You don't involve the parents on some of this decision, then you're trying to, somehow it's appearing that you're blaming the coaching staff. Well, I'm a parent, blame me, okay? These are parents, blame us, talk to us right now. We're the ones responsible for our kids.
Earlier today, I reached out to head coach Derek Leonard for comment on the investigation and allegations, but I was not able to be connected. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Carson. Now, we did reach out to 2 school board members who resigned over the alleged hazing incident, but only one responded, and they did not give a reason. Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.